On 4th of July 1776, America declared independent from the British colonial empire. America remained under the British rule from 1607 to 1776. After the declaration of independence and coming out of the colonial empire, it became a hard task for forming a national government. The first national government was formed under the Article of Confederation in 1781. The Article of Confederation was lacking badly with the newly independent country because there was no provision for precedent, courts, tax collection procedure, and each province or state have one vote. The 13 states were united by will, and in 1787 the national government met at Philadelphia and faced the double-edged problem to form a government at the center equipped with the power under the law and to form a republic, and drafted a remarkable piece of document, the Constitution of the United States of America. In the draft therein included a system of checks and balances of the executive, legislative and judiciary. After the drafting of the masterpiece, the Constitution of the United States left the individual rights of its own citizens. The absence of the Bill of Rights was under controversy. They were divided into two quarters, one Federalist and two anti-federalist. On 12th of September 1787, George Mason of Virginia proposed to include Bill of Rights in the Constitution. Such proposal was defeated in a motion, and draft of the Constitution was finalized and signed by the 39 delegates out of 55. Federalists were against the Bill of Rights. They argued that the Constitution itself is the source of all rights, so the necessity of the Bill of Rights is unnecessary and it will create procedural uncertainties. Anti-federalists pointed out the political document Magna Carta. Thomas Jefferson stated, "A Bill of Rights is what the people are entitled to against every government on earth, general or particular, and what no just government should refuse." The inspiration of the Bill of Rights in America came from Thomas Jefferson and drafted by James Madison and was adopted on 15th of December 1791. The then President of America, George Washington, sent copies of 12 amendments from US Congress to the states on 2nd October 1789, and 3/4 of the states ratified 10 out of 12 amendments on 15th of December 1791, which collectively called the Bill of Rights. Let us now have a glimpse of the 10 amendments. First amendment: religion, speech, press, assembly, protest. The government will support all religion and it will not restrict its citizen to profess his or her faith. The government will not have any religion of its own. The government will not abridge the freedom of speech and press, nor peaceful assembly of its citizen. The citizen will have the right to protest against the decision or policy of the government. Second amendment: right to possess firearms. The amendment runs as a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. Right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. The inertia of this conception came from the Revolutionary War for independence, that the citizen will not be able to fight against the unjust government without arms. The government had put some restriction to the kind of arms, but the federal court had not defined the limit, what extent the federal government can restrict. It comes within the ambit of civil liberties. Third amendment: soldier not to be deployed at the house during the peacetime. The Congress will not force its civilian to allow the soldier to quartering during peace. Fourth amendment: no illegal search and seizure. The fourth amendment speaks that illegal search and seizure of the property cannot be made. The search and seizure of the citizen's property can be made under the due process of law, that is through such warrant, legal actions, etc. Fifth amendment: right of persons. This is one of the most important amendment in the list. It consists: 1. Protection from the arbitrary action of law. 2. No person can be held guilty without the proper free and fair trial. That is a contention that citizen or person is innocent unless proven guilty. 3. No person can be tried twice for the same offense. 4. No person can be forced to testify against himself or herself. That is the right to remain silent. 5. Compensation for property acquiring. 6. Right to due process. Sixth Amendment, right to speedy and proper trial. This amendment gave the right to the citizen to know what charges are booked against them and to produce witness in the trial and to cross-examine for the proper trial. Right to engage an advocate or pleader on their behalf. Seventh Amendment, trial by jury. The amendment speaks about jury trial in civil suit at common law whose suit value is above $20. Trial by jury in civil cases applied only to those cases of rights and remedies in nature, not to the cases of equity. Eighth Amendment, bail and cruel and unusual punishment. While releasing the accused, the excessive amount not to be charged in bail bond. The punishment, which are cruel and unusual in nature, have to be forbidden, though the capital punishment remain out of the purview of the Eighth Amendment. Ninth Amendment, right retained by the citizens. The federal government or court have to accept the rights not written in the Constitution, that is natural rights. Congress or court will always recognize the natural rights like right to privacy. Rights that are not listed will belong to the people, that is citizens. And the last, the 10th Amendment, right of the state. The 10th Amendment declares the power not delegated to the US by the Constitution, not prohibited by it to the state, are reserved to the state or to the people. In other words, the national government have only powers listed in the Constitution. When we speak about the US Constitution, the only thing that comes to our mind is liberties. The liberties that are enjoyed by the American people is backed by the Bill of Rights, and these have impacted various constitutions around the globe.